Welcome to this overview of the Walnut Healthcare Global System. Our mission is to deploy integrated, scalable medical solutions that streamline clinical workflows while upholding the highest standards of safety and compliance across international markets. In this video, we explore the blood circulation cycle. This essential process involves the pulmonary loop, where blood is oxygenated in the lungs, and the systemic loop, which delivers vital nutrients throughout the body, supported by continuous exchange at the capillary level. The human circulatory system is a masterpiece of biological engineering. Advances in medical technology have significantly deepened our understanding of blood flow dynamics, helping us improve vascular health and enhance our approaches to disease prevention. We begin with the high-pressure delivery phase. The left ventricle provides the force to push blood through the aortic valve and into the aorta. Recent clinical developments are using AI and wearable technology to monitor arterial health more effectively than ever before. This phase relies on fluid dynamics. The powerful contraction of the heart starts the journey, sending blood into the largest artery, the aorta, before it branches out into smaller vessels to reach tissues throughout the body. Arterial hemodynamics are defined by high pressure and resilient conduits. The arteries are engineered with thick, elastic walls to sustain the force generated by the heart. As the system branches, energy gradients ensure a smooth transition of blood flow. Arterial health is a vital predictor of longevity. Beyond just transport, the endothelium plays an active role in maintaining vascular tone by producing nitric oxide. Research continues to target these pathways to support overall cardiovascular health. The capillary exchange phase is a critical frontier in microcirculation research. Technologies like contrast-enhanced ultrasound allow clinicians to visualize these tiny vessels, providing early insights into conditions linked to systemic health issues. At the capillary level, thin walls and low pressure facilitate the active diffusion of oxygen and nutrients into tissues, while simultaneously removing waste. The health of the endothelial lining is now recognized as a key indicator of systemic disease risk. As arterioles branch into dense capillary networks, blood flow velocity slows down significantly. This reduction is a vital physiological mechanism, providing sufficient time for the essential exchange of gases and nutrients to occur. Capillaries are the exclusive site for microvascular exchange. They support cellular metabolism by delivering oxygen and hormones and removing waste products. This process is essential for maintaining the viability of every tissue in the body. In the collection phase, blood flows from the capillaries into small venules, which merge into larger veins. Monitoring vein health is increasingly important, with new wearable devices helping to detect early signs of impaired venous return. Because venous pressure is very low, the body uses one-way valves, the skeletal muscle pump, and the respiratory pump to return blood to the heart. Modern advancements now include minimally invasive treatments for conditions like venous reflux. The venous system performs three core roles. It collects waste-rich blood, prevents blood from pooling in the limbs, and maintains continuous circulation back to the heart, overcoming the challenges posed by low pressure. Finally, all veins drain into the superior or inferior vena cava, which empty into the right atrium. Blood then flows through the tricuspid valve into the right ventricle, completing the cycle. We continue to see innovations in tracking this process through sensor technology. Moving into the pulmonary circulation phase, we look at the right ventricular outflow. The right ventricle is responsible for pumping deoxygenated blood through the pulmonary valve into the pulmonary arteries, directing it toward the lungs for essential oxygenation. The primary role of pulmonary circulation is to transform depleted blood. By facilitating gas exchange within the lungs, the system efficiently removes carbon dioxide and replenishes oxygen, preparing the blood to support the systemic cycle. Recent clinical insights have shifted our perspective on this phase. Research into the lingering effects of illnesses like long COVID suggests that persistent microclots and endothelial dysfunction in the lungs may significantly contribute to chronic symptoms. This expanded understanding is driving the development of new therapies. Clinicians are investigating targeted anticoagulants and specialized anti-inflammatory agents aimed at improving pulmonary vascular health and mitigating these persistent issues. Once oxygenation is complete, the blood enters the reoxygenation phase. It travels through the pulmonary veins back to the left atrium of the heart, where it will eventually move through the mitral valve into the left ventricle. This circulation pathway is defined by precise mechanisms. During pulmonary exchange, gas transfer occurs in the lung capillaries, and it is a unique feature of this loop that pulmonary veins carry oxygenated blood to the heart. The ultimate role of this process is preparation. By restoring oxygen levels, the pulmonary circulation ensures that the blood is perfectly prepared for the high-pressure pumping required by the systemic circuit. As we move to the systemic phase, the cycle repeats. Here, the heart sends the newly oxygenated blood out to the body, a process that is increasingly supported by breakthroughs in personalized medicine and AI-driven diagnostics. Personalized medicine now enables us to create tailored prevention plans. By utilizing individual genetic, metabolic, and lifestyle data, we can predict risks far more accurately and intervene before clinical symptoms arise. Advancements in AI-based imaging are also revolutionizing routine checkups. These tools allow for the precise assessment of cardiac function and the early detection of subtle abnormalities that were previously difficult to monitor. In the systemic circuit, the left ventricle contracts, pumping blood into the aorta to restart the loop. Beyond just the physical movement, we are gaining new perspectives on how continuous circulation supports overall health. A major area of study is the heart-brain axis. Research consistently highlights the deep link between cardiovascular and cognitive health, showing that dementia and cognitive decline are often associated with impaired blood flow and vascular risks. Digital health tools are now empowering individuals to manage these risks. Continuous monitors, smartwatches, and other wearable technologies provide critical real-time physiological insights, helping people manage blood pressure and physical activity. Optimal circulation is vital for sustaining all organ functions. It ensures the brain is continuously supplied with oxygen, supports active muscles, facilitates waste removal, and maintains regulated body temperature, all of which are essential for longevity. Looking at the big picture, the global burden of cardiovascular disease remains a challenge, but countries that prioritize prevention, early detection, and the integration of digital health are seeing clear improvements in patient outcomes. Let's pivot our focus to microcirculation. Capillary exchange is where life-sustaining oxygen and nutrients cross from the blood into your tissues. These tiny vessels have walls thin enough to allow for efficient passive diffusion. When this delicate exchange process fails, it triggers a cascade of clinical issues. We categorize these failures by their triggers, the added stress caused to cells, and the resulting systemic decline that can lead to severe organ dysfunction. At the capillary level, the movement of substances is precise. Oxygen diffuses into cells, while carbon dioxide and metabolic waste are collected by the blood. Proper fluid balance, managed by hydrostatic and oncotic pressures, is also critical. If this exchange process is interrupted, the impact is profound. We need to examine what happens when the connection between blood flow and tissue nourishment is severed, as this is the root cause of many acute medical emergencies. One primary cause of exchange failure is shock. Whether septic, cardiogenic, or hypovolemic, the underlying problem is a significant drop in blood pressure, causing capillaries to collapse and cease essential perfusion. Severe dehydration or major blood loss leads to low circulatory volume. As volume drops, the pressure necessary to keep capillaries open and functional is lost, which immediately halts the transfer of vital gases and nutrients. Physical obstructions such as blood clots or embolisms can also stop exchange by blocking flow. Furthermore, severe vasoconstriction or compression, like in compartment syndrome, physically narrows the pathway, preventing blood from reaching the target tissue. Microvascular damage is another critical factor. Conditions like diabetes, severe infections, burns, toxic exposure, or even radiation injury can impair the structural integrity of the microvasculature, leading to systemic exchange failure. When the heart fails to pump effectively, blood backs up. This increases pressure in the wrong places, causing fluid to leak out of vessels and preventing normal gas exchange, ultimately leading to organ injury. The resulting physiological cascade is severe. Hypoxia sets in as cells are deprived of oxygen. ATP production stops, leading to an acid buildup, cell death, and eventually, failure of entire organ systems. Recognizing the signs of microvascular failure is vital. Patients might experience extreme fatigue, cold or pale skin, dizziness, confusion, or shortness of breath. These symptoms often indicate an urgent need for medical intervention. Thank you for joining us in this exploration of microcirculation. We are deeply grateful to our supporters and participants who help us refine these educational resources to improve clinical understanding and patient care worldwide.